Hey guys, I'm Camryn with Royal Servants Mission Trips. I'm not sure about you, but this season of COVID-19 has not been the most comfortable for me. It's been filled with uncertainty and bad news, canceled plans, and little things like going to Target for no reason or hanging out with friends just stopping. I don't particularly enjoy discomfort, and so I've found that usually I either try to lessen it or avoid it altogether. The problem with this, though, is that often my comfort isn't the best thing for me. I've been thinking a lot about different times in the Bible where we see people following God and experiencing uncomfortable situations. I mean, Joseph had years of imprisonment in a foreign country. The Israelites had a raging sea in front of them and an army behind them. Daniel had a sleepover with lions, and the disciples were asked to leave everything they knew behind them. Not one of these situations is something that I would consider my comfort zone, and yet I love each and every one of these stories. I love them because of the way that we see God walk with his people through hard things, and the ways that we see him use these uncomfortable situations to shape his people to look more like him. You see, the thing that I've been learning about our comfort zones is we often use them as sort of a wall around our hearts. That we're less likely to see the needs of others and our need for God when we're surrounded by things that keep us comfortable. Discomfort, on the other hand, does the exact opposite. It has a tendency to break these walls down. It's why we hear of stories during this coronavirus craziness that people are checking in on their neighbors for the first time or giving their last roll of treasured toilet paper to someone they've never met. When we experience discomfort and we invite God in, I think he often uses it to soften our hearts. In John 16:33, Jesus promises those who are following him that they will experience troubles. But in that same verse, he also promises that we have peace in him and that we have hope because he's already overcome it all. So I think we can hold in one hand the discomfort and the sadness of things that we're missing out on, but more importantly, in the other hand, we can hold on to the hope that Christ gives us, that he is doing a work in us through this uncomfortable situation to make us look more like him, and the comfort and peace that comes from knowing he's with us in it. So my challenge to you would be, think about what is uncomfortable right now, whether it's about coronavirus or just about life in general. Think about how you're responding to it. Are you inviting Christ in to, work in you? In the caption, I have some different scriptures and questions to go along with them to kind of continue this conversation. I hope that this has been an encouragement, and ultimately I hope that we would each use this time to lean into what God has for us in the discomfort, and that we would come out on the other side with softer hearts towards those around us, and more importantly, softer hearts towards him.